we got to continue to grow to. But I'm very confident with what we have on this team. I'm confident with what we've redshirted on this team, and I'm extremely excited about what's coming in here and how we're doing things. And I believe 100% in what we're doing and how we're doing it, and have no doubts.
Coach, you mentioned that the big picture is, and I agree. I think I see it too. How do you keep these players now to keep focused on that? This is where we're headed. We're in the right direction. We make mistakes, but how do you keep them?
Well, that's our job as coaches. I mean, that's what we do. Just like all of our kids. When they screw up, make mistakes, and they don't perform like we want them to in school, or how they handle a certain situation. If you're a good parent, you sit down with them, you talk to them, and you coach them, and you give them wisdom and guidance, and it's the same thing with a football team. You bring them together, and you talk to them about, hey, here, let's make sure everybody, understands where we are and what we got to do to get better. Let's don't get caught up in the things that aren't factual. And let's keep working. You go back to work. What a great teachable opportunity we have right now. Listen, hey, I thank God for the sufferings just as much as I do the blessings. I'm as thankful for that as I am the perfect days, because we got the opportunity to grow. And that's what we're going to do. And it's a teachable opportunity for me as a football coach to impact young people and to teach them. And football is just it's a game, and it's not life or death, but it's dadgum important. And the great thing about this game is it parallels life. It truly does. And things don't always go the way you want, and they never will. And 95% of the Clemson fans, that's why it's just such a special place and a great job. 95% of the Clemson fans are some of the best people you'd ever meet in the world. I mean, just great people. And then there's 5% of them that, Lord have mercy, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I ain't never seen anything like it. And that 5%, and so it's a great opportunity to teach these players, because there's a 5%, and it doesn't matter if it's Clemson or wherever it is or whatever in life. When you move forward in life and you're in real life, there's always going to be that 5% that expects more from you than they're willing to give. And what I mean by that is, there's certain people that expect the team to show up every week, lay it on the line, play for 60 minutes, play with passion, play with toughness, win every game. And as soon as something doesn't go the way they want, they turn and run and quit and cry and fire the coach and fire this guy and fire this player and all that kind of stuff. But that is a small percentage. But sometimes you have to coach your players on that a little bit. But this is a great teachable opportunity for me as a football coach, because things have not gone the way we planned, and these guys have competed hard and they're frustrated because, hey, we all know where we've fallen short. But it's about getting better. God put our eyes in front of our head, not in the back. We can't do a dang thing about it. Nothing. We had an opportunity to do something about it when we were there. We didn't do anything about it. So what's important is that we rally together and we learn from it and we go win this one. And let's go play as hard as we can and let's get better. That's all that matters. And that's what we're trying to teach these guys, through how we meet with them on the field. And that's what football does. And sooner or later, these guys they'll look back just like everybody that's played this game 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and you understand things better, and you're going to be in a tough situation, and you've lost your job or whatever it is, and you're going to have principles and core values inside of you that you learned on a football field, and you'll apply them to your life when it really matters. And that's what we have the opportunity to do, is just help them through it. That's why they call us coach. Help them through it. Lord knows my coach has helped me through many things, and I'm thankful for that. And that's what our opportunity is now, to help these guys keep on keeping on and try to win this next game.
You kind of alluded to that with that answer, but as a young head coach, how difficult it is to have these losses, when you've been basically one possession losses, every single one of them. They can be so close to being perfect. How difficult is that really for you to handle? It's got to be tough.
Well, yeah, it's tough because professionally, you're frustrated. You want to win every game. I'm a competitor, but I'm going to be 41 in 18 days. I'm not a little baby. I'm not some child that's I've been in college football a long time, and I understand the pressures of it a long time ago, and it's just part of it. And you can't let that change who you are. Wins and losses don't change who I am now. I'm a football coach, and that's what I do, but it's not who I am. And I can't ever let a win or a loss change who I am or the things I believe in and that sort of thing. And it's always frustrating when we come up short. I'm human. I would think that everybody in here on a personal level has had some failure. And, it's disappointing, especially when you put everything you got, every ounce of everything you got into something. I've been all in, committed, and dedicated to building Clemson into a championship program since the day I got this job. And that ain't going to change. And when it's not quite going the way you want, it's frustrating. Absolutely. It's disappointing. But and then you hang tough. That's what I do. Just continue to keep my eyes on the right things and keep believing, and you don't quit, and you'll have success. But we'll get there. And the one thing that's encouraging to me and frustrating at the same time is, I know how close we are. I know the progress that we've made, and it's going to come on the scoreboard just like we want it to. Unless we just panic, throw our hands up, and turn back. But I'm not going to do that.
You're going to see a quarterback this week is having a good season, and again, his wide receivers are pretty experienced guys. Is that almost the difference? Maybe it's hard to compare Wilson to Parker, but the experienced wide receiver is a big part of the season he's having. Do you think?
No question. They got a bunch of solid veteran guys. They're playing good up front, doing a good job there. But he's made a lot of plays for them. He's playing very well, and they've got some. Obviously their tight end I think is outstanding, and then their receivers are several veteran guys there, and it's just kind of all clicking for them right now. So I'm happy for Coach O'Brien and his staff. Listen, Coach O'Brien's I don't know how many years he's been up there. Is this his fourth year? Russell Wilson's been there for 3 of them, and he's had his moments. I can remember where everybody was talking about how bad he was playing, and he's pushed through that, and he's risen above that, and now he's playing at a very high level, and he's been there. He's a junior, and it's just kind of come together. And Coach O'Brien is an outstanding coach. Everybody probably thought he wasn't a good coach the last few years. He's an outstanding coach, and he's continued to recruit and continue to implement his philosophies and stick to what he believes in, and it's paying off for him this year. And I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for Russell Wilson. He's a very good player. I'm happy for a guy like Nate Irving, who's been out, and now he's back, and he is a special player. He's kind of persevered, and he's getting an opportunity to finish his career off on a positive note. But that's all good. But I want to beat him as bad as we can possibly beat him this week. That's our objective.
Kind of, would you categorize him as a pocket?
They don't call a lot of running back plays for him, quarterback runs. Like Cam Newton, for example. Cam Newton, it's going to be quarterback power, quarterback zone read. They do a lot of different things, design runs. With Russell, it's not really that way. They may run it. They may call some runs 3 or 4 times a game. but it's not a major part of their package. But where he is dangerous is, in the passing game. That's where their plays. I mean, they're like 65% pass, and he's made a ton of plays on scrambles. If it's not there, he makes something happen. He'll make it there. Whether he scrambles and throws it, which he can hurt you there, or he scrambles and becomes a runner. And he's obviously very dangerous in that regard as well. So he was the difference in the game versus Florida State. There's no doubt about it. Did a super job, and we've got to do a great job with our coverages as far as how we mix things up. Because if you just play man coverage the whole game and you line up and guys are all run off and he breaks free, it's a big play. So we have to be smart in how we mix our coverages and how we defend against him. And as far as how the rush is, how we play our games inside, making sure that somebody's always accounting for him. We'll have to do a good job of that.
Anybody got anything else today?
What's that?
You going to vote today?
What is today? I don't even know what today is. Today's vote day? Jeez. Man. That's the first I've heard of it. Or when you're a 4-4 football coach, you don't read nothing, listen to nothing, watch nothing. You don't do anything. It was just keep your head down and keep working. So what election is it? I don't even know what the election is. Is it local? Oh, the governor. Holy smokes. Well, I'm embarrassed to tell you, I had no idea. And I probably should, though. I definitely should. I do think it's going to be a Clemson grad, though, right? Okay. That's good news. All right. Jeez.